he is still at least almost half below in the worker count. So he's going to have to be careful. He is warping in a lot of sentries, so he can make sure to block this off and use as much of that sentry force field ability to make sure that he can stave off any attack that may be coming from Luko. Luko did take this Xel'Naga Watchtower, so Baron has no vision beyond this observer, and this observer is not positioned around his army, so he moves it right now, so he will be able to see this push coming. He is going to have to prepare for it. He did throw down two more gateways, so he does have 4 gateways. He is throwing down that robotic support base, so he will be able to get Colossus out as soon as that comes out. But unfortunately, we are not sure if it'll be ready for this push. He pushed up to here. He will throw down a proxy pylon here. He will probably push up to this Xel'Naga Watchtower, get vision there, and then potentially throw a proxy pylon down there also. He wants to make sure that he can kind of tier his proxy pylon so that way if he needs to retreat, he will only have to retreat here before he can warp in more reinforcements. And then if he has to retreat farther, he only has to stop here before he can get more reinforcements. So this will definitely be good on the retreat because he's been constantly harassing even while retreating, and he could potentially push back and go up into Baron's base. He looks like he is going to throw down that proxy pylon here, so that way when he goes for his push, he will be able to reinforce his push and keep the push going. Oh, and it also looks like he does have Hallucinate. I'm sorry I didn't actually say anything about the fact that he was researching Hallucinate, but he is researching Hallucinate, going to get out some of those Void Rays, which unfortunately Baron does know exactly what is in his base, so he knows that Luko does not actually have Void Rays, but that will definitely create some fodder for these Stalkers. So those Stalkers will be attacking the Void Rays and also everything else. A lot of force fields coming down. I believe most of these right in this area were from Baron. Some of these were probably from Luko to make sure that he couldn't retreat. But unfortunately, Luko is going to have to retreat. That was far too much of a funnel. And even though his amount of forces were larger than Baron's, Baron could clean it up because of the angles and the positioning of the choke. Very good play by Baron. A lot of those Void Rays are disappearing, but he is just summoning more, using a lot of that sentry energy to make sure he can keep these hallucinates up. Those are great fodder, so the Stalkers will attack those if Baron does not focus down the units. A lot of force shields coming out, blocking off most of these Stalkers. Definitely good. Going to burn down a lot of this time on these Void Rays. Unfortunately, those force fields are about to run out, and then Luko's forces will be able to pull up. Looks like he may potentially clean this up and be able to take out this expansion. I believe he does have, yes, Colossi are coming out. He is going to have his first Colossi soon. He is most likely chrono boosting that. Unfortunately, still trying to pay attention to this part of the battle. Looks like he is pulling some units out of the high ground, keeping his sentries in the low ground. Probably should have pulled all of these back up to the high ground so he could finish taking out these Stalkers. He's going to take out these Stalkers, but Luko has more Zealots coming in, so he will be able to clean up this push. These proxy pylons are definitely helping Luko out. It's definitely a major part of his play, and it is most of the reason on why he is doing so great. Keeping those proxy pylons and remembering to continue to warp in units is one of the strongest points on playing a good Protoss. Baron's pulling in some more units, trying to stop this push. He's going to have to pull back these probes since he is so far low on the probe count. It's definitely going to be an issue. His first Colossus is out. He does have extended thermal lance research. As long as he keeps this guy on the high ground, he will be able to attack these Stalkers on the low ground, and he'll be able to throw up some force fields. His sentries are pretty low on energy though, so he will not be able to force field forever. Ooh, a little miss micro there. He should have not sent these probes down, especially with Luko attacking. That's going to put him even lower on the probe count. If we quickly go to that, yes, 23 to 48. He's not going to be able to keep up the amount of resources he needs to stave off this push, but it looks like he does for the moment. Unfortunately, Luko is just going to come back here. He's going to reinforce his army and then move out again. Baron does put his Colossus on the high ground, so he will definitely be able to attack. But I believe, no, he does not have anything to be able to see that high ground, so that will actually be a good position, but all Luko has to do is move off to this side of the area, and then he will have to pull that Colossus off of the high ground. He can attack it and then play it kind of back and forth. We will see exactly what's going to happen. Unfortunately, one Colossus is not going to be enough. Looks like he is coming out with the second one, though. He should be able to do that soon. Unfortunately, he does not have a lot of money. His probes are really low. He is not being able to warp in enough units, and Luko is coming in for yet another push. Looks like this push is happening, and the Colossus is picking off some of these Stalkers out on the side, definitely doing some damage, but he's moving up towards that ramp. Force field does go down, stopping him from getting up that ramp. Colossus is still picking him off on the high ground. He comes down off the high ground now. He is visible to those Stalkers. He'll probably move those Stalkers over to start attacking it, doing some damage. He's going to have to back that Colossus up. Force field's almost gone, gets it about halfway dead, and that second Colossus coming up from the top. He is being attacked from both sides. Stalker's being destroyed by these Colossus, but unfortunately he comes up with some more reinforcements. Luko definitely making sure to use that proxy pylon. Great, he pulls down that Colossus. Very good, that is definitely going to be a benefit. The other Colossus, I believe, has also gone down. Yes, I do not see it. And we get a GG from Baron. Luko takes out Baron. Gold takes out Diamond. Very interesting game. Very good use on Luko's part of making sure that he used those pylons in very interesting ways. Also looks like he sent his probes up here. He had mined out this base, so if that push had not happened, he would have to expand. It looks like Baron wanted to make sure he had that observer with those so he could see when that third base went up. Unfortunately, he was so busy trying to keep this push from happening that his money was going purely to defenses, and he did not have enough probes to saturate this base properly. And Luko just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, using this proxy pylon to reinforce. Very good game. Thank you for watching Force Gaming Group. Again, I am Rosurial. If you would like me to cast any of your games, please send them to razgamingzone@gmail.com. Thanks, guys, and have a good one.